Yesterday I've made mention of um, people concocting and creating and manufacturing their barriers to entry to be so high just so that they justify not doing something, right? Like me, I was not born in a rich family. That's why I can't succeed. Do you think Bill Gates would have been Bill Gates if he was not born in a rich family? Do you think Elon Musk would have been Elon Musk if he was not born in a rich family? These people had millions at home, man. That's why they are billionaires. So you mean to tell me you can only succeed if your home was $1 million household? You mean to tell me all people of the world, including even the families that you just mentioned, at some point someone was poor in that family and they dared to be great, and that's how they arrived at millions. And then their offsprings dared to be even more greater, they arrived at billions. But yours is, no, I have to first have a family that is a millionaire, then I will make myself a success in life, which is a very dumb perspective, because what you just created for yourself is, I will never become any success in my life. I'll never become a millionaire, billionaire, none of those things, because your family will never change. If you are born in a family that was never a millionaire, it will never change. You will always have not been born. You'll always be born in a family that was never a millionaire. You'll never be born twice. You'll never be born 3 times, 10 times. Never. You'll be born one time, and the conditions in which you found yourself when you were born will remain the same, irregardless of what you do after. So, if your barrier to entry to something is that your family ought to have been $1 million household first of all before you can do anything, then you just cursed your whole lineage, because you are justified not to start because your family is not rich, so you're not gonna be rich. Then your kids are not gonna be rich because they're gonna be born in a family that is not rich, which is your household now. And then you see what happens going on. Stupidity is what's going on. But that aside, that was for yesterday's shorts. Today I want to talk about barriers to exit. You have to make it difficult for you to quit. You have to put a standard so high for you to quit that whatever you do here that seems difficult to other people's eyes, to you is like, compared to what it would take to take me down, this is nothing to me. What am I talking about? Like, for an example, yesterday I just posted a video of me forcing myself to exercise even if it was raining, right? I exercise outside, I don't exercise inside. And for some people, that was a reasonable reason for them to stop, right? But for me, with the standard that I have, that is nothing to me. That is nothing compared to what it would take for me to stop doing what I want to do. You have to make it difficult for you to exit. Make it easy for you to start, and make it difficult for you to leave. People like our Elon Musk, in order for them to have quit their SpaceX ambition, to them it was like, I have to burn I don't care how many billions I have to burn. And at that time he was not this $400 billion person. He was still somewhere in the 3 billions or something like this. He was like, I'll burn my whole net worth before I can call it quits on this project. Before they can quit creating what is this, not paper, there's another, Tesla. He'd sleep at the office and all kinds of things like that. To him, that, compared to what it will take for him to quit, is nothing. For me, doing 2 nights in a row is nothing as compared to what it will take to make me quit doing a particular project, to completing a project, to doing my work, to giving up on my ambition, to giving up on my side, giving up on my ambition. What it will take what will be reasonable for me to say, okay, you know what, I quit, it will be death for me. And as long as I wake up, whether I don't have money, I did not eat, I am sick, it doesn't matter. I open my eyes, first question is, am I dead? If it's no, we're going back. We're on. We're on. If you read David Goggins' book, You Can't Hurt Me, or something like that, I think it's called, you will see his barriers to quitting a race is, I have to collapse and be taken to an emergency when I'm not breathing, I'm not doing nothing. I'm in a partial coma. In as long as he can move his hips, he's still in the race. He's moving, he's in. He's not giving up at all. So you also have to have that same spirit. This man was running with broken legs. People out here who are fresh and good can't even run from here the corner to that corner each and every day. They can't do that. He ran 100 miles. That's a long, even when you are driving, that's a long distance. He ran with broken legs, brother. So to him, the barriers to quitting was like, wah, at the top. And broken legs to him was like, yeah. Compared to here, where he feels like it would be justified for him to quit, broken legs is nothing. Pissing blood is nothing. Messing himself up is nothing. You ought to also have that. Elevate the barriers to exit. Elevate what will be required for you to quit. What is 10 clients saying no to you if your barriers to exit is like, I have to have 1,000 of them say no back to back. 10 of them is nothing. That's like how much? 0.001% of what it will take to take you out. So after you have gotten no today, tomorrow, and 5 more tomorrow, and 5 more tomorrow, after tomorrow, you still are waking up and going after more clients. Because that's what it will take for you to quit. It will take even a higher standard than what you are experiencing at that point. What is 100 people laughing and commenting bad at in your videos gonna do? What does that? Why would that hold you back if your ambition is to get 100 million views? 100 people laughing and bashing you is nothing compared to what you are expecting to get at. If you are like me, I can tolerate 1 billion people laughing at my face. What is 1,000 people? What is 1,000 people? It will be justifiable for me to say, you know what, maybe I'm going crazy after I've been criticized by a whole community. What is 2 friends? See what I'm saying? Your barriers to entry, the standard in which you will be able to enter or you will commit yourself should be low. And the standard for which you will say, okay, you know what, I think is a reasonable position for me to quit should be this high. So that everything that tests you in between here is nothing. 10,000 problems are like, I will only quit if I have like 70 billion problems on my plate. Anyway, as always the case, God gave you permission to be here. Make it good, make it better.